I'm very distraught today, but I don't want to talk about me. I mean, like, my brain's just like all fucked up, but I want to talk about this one time me and one of my PSWs were driving around town. We and on like a T section. Well, okay, I can say it. In McMinnville near Walgreens, I noticed on the side of the road there was a squirrel and it was kind of like wobbling around, like it got injured or something. And I don't know why, but I told my PSW to like stop the car, and I went and got that. I went and picked up that squirrel barehanded, and I picked it up, and I was like, we need to get it to the vet. And we took it to the vet in town, and I was like, can you do anything? And they were like, I don't think we can, like, and I was like trying to offer to pay and everything, and they were like, no, I think you need to take it to the wildlife center up in Portland. And so, like, we had all these other plans that day, but I was like, okay, we need to, like, this is the priority. And luckily, like, she had dogs and stuff, like small dogs, so she had like spare carrying cages. So we went back over to her house, got a spare cage thingy. Well, no, I think we didn't no, I don't even think we put him in the cage. Well, oh yeah, we eventually had to when we got there, but during the whole ride there, I just kind of held, like, well, we had a towel, like, she went and got a towel. We wrapped him up in the towel, and he, like, did all this little crabbing or whatever, and whatever, but then he finally calmed down, and I was just holding him the whole ride there, and, like, comforting him and everything, and we went to the wildlife place, and, I mean, I, I gave it to them, and I gave them some money too. Like, I donated, and I was like, but like, please save it. And they were like, we'll see what we could do. And then they went and did it, and then, like, you have to do this whole registering thing. And then they sent me an email afterwards, and on the email it said, it sustained too many injuries, so we had to put it down. But on top of everything, it was an invasive species, so technically we wouldn't have been able to, like, it. Either way, they would have put it down. And after reading that, I cried for 2 days, because I was like, you don't even know. I've always wanted a, like, I know, like, this sounds like Veruca Salt or whatever, but I always wanted a squirrel, and I had one, and then they fucking killed it, and I was just like, so, like, I sent them a whole bunch of angry emails back, and I was just like, I was so distraught, because it was like, I had this squirrel that I could have, maybe I should just took care of it. It would have been my little disabled squirrel. I don't know. But it's like, why did I give it to those people? They just fucking killed it. And it was just like, it's just, it was too much. But yeah, I was gonna name him Icarus, like from Little Nemo, little flying squirrel. And call him Icky. He was a red fox squirrel. He's so cute. he had no bugs on him, nothing. He didn't have anything wrong with him. He was just a little dizzy, you know. I'm just so sad about it. Anyway, take care. Be good. Bye bye.